going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is having a very magnificent Monday, because we are having a major breakdown alert Monday going on today. Woo. We'll talk about it. It is an individual stock. We'll see what else could potentially be moving today. But as far as the general stock market, the SPY, nice little gap down today. And that's about it. Like, not much kind of going on here. Gap down was even kind of like about 0.15% of a gap down there. You can see a very choppy kind of trade back up to Monday or Friday's high. Apologies. But it really just hasn't done a whole lot today. So there you go. And that's having to fight against, a major stock breaking down. Q's open kind of flat, but has traded down. Interesting. So there you go. I'm going to guess the RSP is probably doing decent today. So the Qs are doing all right. Very choppy kind of trade lower today. I'll show you a stock maybe as to why that is. IWM. Very nice gap here on the IWM. Look at that sucker. Whew. There you go. About a 0.5% gap up there. Quick pop there in the first 30 minutes. A little bit of rollover there in the second 30 minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, a little bit of a rounded top here over the past couple of hours. Seemed like it's wanting to roll over. So we'll see what that looks like on the daily. Nice gap down here on the DIA. All right. DIA gapping down 0.5%. 0.5% gap down here on the DIA. Nice trade higher in the first 30 minutes. Chopped there for about the next roughly hour and a half. Pushed, middle part of the day, roll over. Kind of just a choppy day, not really very clear. Nothing like Friday. Whew, Friday. Everything just steamrolled higher on Friday. Kind of a flat open here on RSP. Trading kind of higher, flat top here, middle part of the day. Kind of a trade lower here. Past hour, not really too much kind of going on. A little slight pause. Kind of expected the RSP to be doing well because, well, we saw the SPY trading higher. Qs trading lower. Well, most of all the other stocks must be doing well since the Qs are down. Big tech is down, so it makes sense. The RSP is doing pretty well. Still looking pretty good. Making its way to that all-time high level. Not quite there. Man, it's gonna be pretty cool to see that sucker hit all-time highs. Probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Kind of mentioned though on Friday, don't expect a whole lot kind of going on in the market Monday, Tuesday. There's just not much in the way of catalysts going on early part of this week, and we'll see a little bit more catalysts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially after last week's late, bullish move late in the week last week, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, DIA not really doing a whole lot. IWM. Trying to get through this level. Like I said, I wanted to see it get to that 208 level at that point in time. Then you're going to be looking for the pullback. You could say, we kind of broke through that level. I get it. And, if we get a little bit of a pause again tomorrow, kind of pulling back into that 206, 205 type zone, you could probably be bullish. I think that might be okay. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, being bullish on this, on potentially this breakout, I mean, I do like it. I do like it quite a bit. Q's. All right. Q's not doing a whole lot. Not much else to say. They had a huge day on Friday. Resting, consolidating, not really too much going on. SPY, basically flat right now. Yep, nice bulls day on there on Friday. Just resting, not really doing much. All right. The big one stock that is hurting really bad today. AAPL. Look at this sucker. Look at that. Ooh, it got that breakdown today. At least on this channel, I have not been a big Apple bull very long time. I mean, for multi years. I just don't think they have done much of anything. Even their latest product, the Vision Pro, basically about a week or two after that sucker came out here a few weeks back, there was reports that there was a lot of people returning it. That's not exactly what you want to hear, especially when it didn't seem like people were clamoring to buy it anyways. So it's kind of a problem in my opinion. But as far as the innovation side, and I mean that's kind of my take on their innovation side, but that's not really why they're getting hit today. But another reason why I haven't really been bullish on them is because regulators have been absolutely gunning for AAPL, Apple, for years. I mean, years. So let's take a look at Finance Yahoo home screen here. Top article: Apple squeezed by regulators on both sides of the Atlantic. Dang. So the EU actually hit AAPL with a $2 billion fine. You can also see it here in these notes or news headlines. So yeah, not exactly something that you want to see in the way of being an Apple shareholder, but it just kind of made sense, right? That this was eventually going to happen. Out of the big, I'm gonna say six. I don't really count Tesla in that, even though people want to talk about Tesla. They're not in the same boat as these others. They really haven't been, in my opinion. But if you think about how well the stock market has done this year, just year to date, right? SPY up very good, Q's up very good. Just quickly look at Microsoft. Microsoft's up decent. I don't know what their year to date number. Apple's negative. Apple's negative big time. And the first trading day of the year was an omen. Like they had a huge gap down the very first trading day of the year. To me, that was the day that the investing community said, we are not bullish on Apple for 2024. We are locking in our gains. They were down 3.6% that day alone. And there was no reason for AAPL to be down that much outside of the fact the investing community just was done with it. They were done with it. Now they have a huge fandom and a lot of investing fans of Apple stock. Yeah, I get it, and they'll probably buy dips to all the way to zero. But I wouldn't want to be a big bull here. And we'll just take a look at the heat map real quick, kind of what's going on. So you see Alphabet, Apple down, NVIDIA's up 6%, of course, because the stock market's open. And you can see other things down. TSLA we will take a look at that, but just take a look at this year-to-date performance. Take a look at that. Apple's down 7%. Alphabet's also down 4%. Meta's up 43%. NVIDIA's up 77%. And the stock market's only been open 2 months out of this year. 2 months this year. And NVIDIA had a crazy bullish year last year. Microsoft's up 11%. Amazon's up 18%. So AAPL, the second largest stock, actually they might get taken over here very soon. Not performing really all that well. And how long is the market going to ignore the fact that AAPL is not performing? I'm just kind of quickly looking at these. So NVIDIA is within $500 billion of market cap, $500 billion of market cap of AAPL. Like that's not far. Like that almost sounds like one good day for NVIDIA, honestly, for how that thing's been going lately. But all right, let's just continue to look around the market. VIX, VIX here. Yeah, I mean, nice gap up there on Monday. Monday gap up. It's almost like a guarantee. Dollar's really holding on to these this upward trending lows here that we've had coming over the past like week and a half. We'll see what happens there. GLD. Ooh, man. Gold is barely down. GLD gold, or I'm sorry, dollar is barely down. And the GLD and gold are just crushing it higher. Let me go long term here. Yeah, we're all time highs here. Yeah. Ooh, gold, baby. Gold. I got a gold tooth. Man, You got a sweet tooth, I got a gold tooth. That should be a song, by the way. That should be a song. You have a sweet tooth, I have a gold tooth. Yeah. Gold looking really good. Let's take a look at the futures. How are futures? So futures have not taken out that huge crazy wick back on December 4th. But it is climbing its way there. Let's see. Monthly. Yeah, I mean that's the only high that it really needs to get. I mean, other than that, we have taken these highs out. I really liked how we broke above it. It was a false breakout. We came back. We consolidated basically for 2 months, and then here already for the month of March, we are making huge headway higher. I really like this. I like this a lot, man. I've been saying it. I've kind of been saying this since October, and I really kind of feel like I was robbed in a way, but not really. When we had this kind of happening, and then we had the events that happened in the Middle East, and then gold just kind of took off. I was kind of wanting it at a little bit lower level, like right back down here in the lower 160s. I feel like we probably would have got there, but just geopolitics, man. Things happen. Things change very rapidly. Since then, it really hasn't looked back. It's just kind of sideways consolidated here for the start of this year. Looking very good for March, breaking out all-time highs. I mean, this looks so good. This looks super, super good. I'd rather be bullish on the gold than the stock market. 10-year yield. Bouncing a little bit today. Had a huge breakdown day on Friday. The only thing that kind of bothers you about today, or kind of price action on Friday, Monday, if you wanted to see yields roll over, you wanted to see another breakdown day today, you want to see that follow through breakdown day. We're not really getting that. Getting a little bit of a bounce. But we did close at the lows on yields on Friday, so maybe we're just kind of resting today. Next day or two is going to be very important. It might come down to Wednesday for yields if they're going to continue bullish or break down. Anyways, 10-2 inversion, pulling back a little bit. All right. HYG still kind of just hanging out in that consolidation range between 76.5 and 77.5-ish, 78. Yeah, there you go. LQD just kind of hanging out, not really doing a whole lot. So yeah, it's the story of beginning of this week at least. TLT down a little bit, just kind of hanging out. Interesting that we got some gap downs on some of these bonds though. I mean, it makes sense. Yields are up a little bit, but anyways, I would say that's not a significant deal. I mean, just the fact that it gapped down a little bit, but we'll have to see as we get to the catalyst probably on Wednesday. All right, so here is the sector performance for the day. Lower end of the day, communications, discretionaries, XLC, XLY, underperforming big time. We did take a brief look at that heat map. You saw that Tesla was down a lot. We're going to take a look at that. Alphabet was also down quite a bit. Energies, underperforming pretty good. Be curious to see what commodities are doing there. Healthcare, staples, underperforming a little bit there. We also have some pretty good outperformers, though, on the day. Financials and tech, which is interesting on the tech side because AAPL is pretty negative, but NVDA is basically more than offsetting what AAPL is doing to the negative side. Microsoft's basically flat, just slightly negative. But you had a lot of other tech names that were kind of bullish there. Industrials doing pretty good today. Real estate doing pretty good. Materials and utilities bullish today. Very strong day, actually. You can see that they had a pretty nice first 2 hours of the day, pretty much. Really in that second hour, very nice, strong, bullish momentum, kind of flat ever since. But I mean, the market's been mostly flat ever since. Okay. Let's take a look without the gap. How's things moved? Yep, utilities, that nice move there in the second hour of the day. Pretty bullish there. Real estate doing pretty good. Nice climb here over the past 30 minutes or so. Tech doing okay. Materials, financials doing pretty good. In line with the market. Staples, underperformers, industrials. Also healthcare, communications, energies. And you just see discretionaries. I mean, they just fading. Man, we're going to have to really take... Let's go take a look at Tesla right now. Let's just take a look at Tesla. Yep. There you go. There you go. You want to know why discretionaries are just fading throughout the day? I mean, because Tesla, the second largest weighting in that sector, is fading throughout the day. I mean, that is a huge breakdown. Kind of thought this would, this little, this might continue up a little bit longer. Gets closer to its next earnings report, and it starts to roll over. Maybe as we got into April. But that day, this tells you this ain't gonna pop positive. I mean, we might rally up, and maybe we do form, or kind of a rounded top here over the month of March, as we kind of pop, maybe trade bullish here for the rest of the month of March, and then kind of roll over in April. But this tells you what this tells you. Don't be bullish. Don't be bullish. Don't be expecting like we're going back up to like mid 250s. That was what today is telling you. That is a pretty bad day. I mean, we might continue straight down. I'm not gonna say straight down, but we might continue bearish. But this is basically telling you, don't be bullish. Let's run through the rest of the big tech while we're kind of here. So we saw AAPL, we saw Tesla, even though they're garbage. Microsoft still looks pretty good, even though throwing a pretty good upper wick today. Nice little bullish pop here in the morning, kind of chopped. Looks like it's trying to roll over here over the past 2 hours. Okay. Other than that, I mean, the daily picture looks okay. Still a hugely profitable company and some pretty good growth areas. So to me, Microsoft's doing all right. So Alphabet, we know from that heat map we saw it was breaking down pretty good today. Down 3%. They've been having Gemini issues. That is their biggest issue right now. And this is something that we talked about on the channel over the past year, that they have the most to lose in the AI race, and they're not hitting it on all cylinders. That's the problem. Like, people 2 weeks ago were saying, "Oh, AI, Gemini is the best AI out there now. It's overtaken OpenAI," but yet, they have so many issues with. I don't want this to be a political channel, but fabricating things. I guess I'll just say that. So they need to fix their shit. That's all I can say. I'm gonna be kind of blunt about it. They need to fix their shit. So Alphabet makes sense that they're probably the other Sig 6 stock that's negative for the year. They got a lot to lose in the AI race. Meta's slightly negative today. Huge gap up on earnings, trending higher. Looks all right. Looks pretty good. $500. So hasn't really broken momentum to the upside. Let's see, how's the MACD's RSI look here? So you've had RSI pullback. I mean, this thing could run up here, get to overbought conditions again as it continues to trade higher, and then you're probably gonna be looking for maybe a breakdown if you don't see one set up beforehand. But other than that, I mean, Meta looks pretty decent. And what about Amazon? Amazon, kind of the same boat as Meta. Looking pretty good. Nice little upper wick coming in today. Basically flat. Okay. That's Amazon. And then take a look at NVDA real quick. I mean, explain to me this, Lucy. It just is what it is. The market's open. NVIDIA's up 6%. That's all you need to know.